Honesty, commitment and communication are the top 3 ingredients of a strong relationship. That's according to The Way We Are Now, the State of the UK's Relationships 2014. The latest research from relationship experts relate. At the same time, being in a good relationship makes us feel better about ourselves, feel healthier and enjoy greater well-being. But despite these conclusions, relationships in the workplace are often characterised by indifference, opaqueness, poor communication and occasionally downright deceit. That's even more evident in many facilities teams when people will be employed by several different competing companies to support one client. Now, just as honesty, commitment and communication are key elements in a successful marriage, they are essential in both the relationship between the client and the service provider, between different service providers on a site and between the service provider and its employees. Creating strong relationships within a team benefits everyone, the individual, the employer and the client. So how do organisations within the FM sphere create strong relationships between people, which result in high-performing teams? Communication. As the Relate research revealed, good communication is at the heart of a strong working relationship. Once that mutual trust and dialogue fades, if it was even there in the first place, then both managers and team members tend to retreat behind their KPIs and SLAs. They use these metrics as an excuse not to have an honest conversation about what's going wrong. Trainers and consultants are often brought in to solve problems in a contractual relationship that could be solved by the different parties sitting down together and having a no-holds-barred discussion about what's going wrong and how it can be improved. And co-location. Where there are several service providers working together to support one client on a site, then co-locating those teams in one building can have an almost magical effect in creating a one-team approach. Strong working relationships are built up so people see their opposing number in the other service provider as a friend and not just a job title. Then there's autonomy. Everyone in the facilities team has a customer-facing role. They don't just have to be behind the reception desk or serving food in the restaurant to deal with customers. Cleaning operatives, maintenance engineers and landscape gardeners all interact with customers and should receive customer service training to make the most of those opportunities to delight the client. And that's in order to make them feel good about their roles and therefore perform at their best and go the extra mile. They need to be given autonomy to make decisions on minor issues, even if it is outside of their remit. You have cultural integration, and high-performing teams adopt 2 or more cultures. They have the culture of the organisation that employs them, and they will likely appreciate the culture of the other service providers they work alongside. But the most important culture is that of the client organisation. They must understand the client's values, strategy, direction, and have a good knowledge of their business. Which department does that? That creates opportunities for teams to create conversations in passing with the client and means that the FM service can be adjusted accordingly. Briefings to teams about the client, distributing the client internal newsletter and encouraging interaction between individuals are key ways to achieve this. And everyone needs recognition. People need to have a pat on the back when they've done a great job. So a recognition scheme for when someone has gone over and above the call of duty is essential to create a high-performing team. The rewards don't have to be huge. A certificate, a gold star, a mention in the newsletter or on the notice board, which after several similar actions leads to possibly a day off, a high street voucher, or even a meal for 2. Branding is an issue because many service providers like to have their own logos on uniforms and other material as a natural way to promote the brand. But this can often go against the one-team approach. Instead, consider a facilities brand that can be used across all uniforms, which supports the concept that the FM team is part of the client organisation. And talent pipeline. The best teams are rarely static. People move on to other opportunities. They are promoted up the ranks or move on to new contracts. Service providers looking to ensure a consistently high-performing team need to have a constant watch on the talent pipeline. That's by using formal training, coaching and mentoring. Able employees can improve their skills and be ready to take a step up. By following these tips, you will create a high-performing team ready to take on any challenge.